everybody, welcome to another edition of Garage Guitarist, and tonight we are going to be installing the pickups that I ordered from Dragonfire Guitar Parts. If you're wondering, that's the website right there. You can go get some great stuff to finish your project. So this time I went ahead and went with the Phat Screamers in the color of white, because I wanted to contrast the black. I want it to look like that. I always like contrasting pickups because it just helps me play better when I'm playing guitar, so I just transfer that over into any of the guitars that I work on. You can look at them, they're really built well, and they're just a solid pickup, and I like them. So let's get started on the wiring. Okay, so I've got the pick guard ready to go. I've got all the shielding on it. Looks good. Everything is ready for installation. When he sends it to you, you get your pickups. I bought some knobs to go with it because I want them to match the pickups. And he sends you a set of screws and springs and stuff for the humbuckers. So we're going to go ahead and install them. Okay, so we've got our pickups installed. Man, do they look good. I'm liking this already a lot. This is going to look awesome when I get finished. So let's flip it over. And now what I did when I took the original pickups out was I simply took a picture of the wiring so that I would know where everything goes. And so the neck pickup goes, if you look at it just like it's laid out here, it goes to this terminal, and the bridge pickup goes in line with the yellow. So that's your neck pickup, goes in line with this red wire here on these two terminals, and your bridge pickup is more than likely going to go there. So it helps to take pictures of everything when you take it apart. That way you have a good idea of where everything goes. But before we begin, I'm going to go ahead and put some heat sink on my red and white because I don't want those contacting anything. This is your coil tap right here. If you want to tap the coils, these are the two wires that you would use. But I'm not going to be using them because I'm going to be running full-fledged humbuckles. I like that humbuckle sound. Very clean. Okay, so I got that. And then on the other ones, I'm going to do the same thing. Just going to cover them so that they don't touch anything internally. So now we've got those all taken care of. And it looks like the ends are already, you take a really good look at them, I'll zoom in for you. They're already pre-tinned, so that's cool. They already have tin. The ground wire's already covered in solder. So that's really cool. And that's another thing that I like about Dragonfire is they do a really good job of prepping all their pickups. They all are very easy. So your black is your ground, your green, your ground and your black. These are both grounds, and your green is your output. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take all this group of wires and I'm going to route them underneath everything, because I'm going to ground it out over here. See, I have a continuous ground jumping from one. So I have a lot of stuff going on here, so I'm just going to go ahead and use this clean ground right here. I'm going to take the black wire and the bare wire and I'm going to trim them both exactly the same length. And I'm just going to trim a little bit off of that. And then I'm just going to go ahead and re-tin the end of it so that it's nice and sticky. And I'm just going to, one at a time, put them on top of the ground there. Okay. Let's give it a little tug, make sure it's okay. I'm going to tuck this wire back, and then my green wire is going to go right here. Okay, so for my neck pickup, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to follow the route that it takes through the body. It's going to be down the middle, and then it's going to come under this pickup and come around like this. So obviously my grounds aren't long enough to make it over here, so I'm going to have to terminate them here. So to do that, I really don't need all this extra wire on the end here, so I'm going to go ahead and trim that off. And then I'm going to re-tin this wire here. So that I can terminate them to the ground. Okay. So my ground is going to be right here on this terminal right there, right on top of that copper shielding that we installed last night. It's a nice ground right there. A little bit of tin on the end of that too, because I like to kind of glob it on there. Makes it easier to handle. Ground on that. Give it a little tug, it's good to go. And then we'll go ahead and tuck these red and white wires up over here. And then we're going to terminate our output to this one right here. So everything will work out great. Looks good. Okay, so here's the guitar that we shielded last night, and I had to puncture a couple of holes for the wires. This one here leads to the ground that goes to your bridge, and this over here is going to lead to the output over here. So generally Fender puts one gray and white that goes to your jack, and usually the black wire that they put goes into the bridge, so we'll just go ahead and string that through there. And then the output wire has to be restrung through here, which this can get kind of complicated sometimes because they really don't give you a lot to work with. Fender and I believe Gibson are really, when it comes to drilling these tiny little holes, make sure that all of our wires and everything line up. she's ready. Put that back in there like so. And go ahead and remount the screws. Okay, it's on there. And now we're going to plug it to see if everything is in the right place and everything's working correctly. So yep, everything's good. I'm sorry, one last step. Just going to go ahead and resolder the ground into the bridge. Alright, so we've got everything finished on it. Pickups are installed, all the electronics are working correctly, and man, does this baby rock. Really love these pickups, man. You really got to get you a set if you're looking for an affordable alternate to some of the more expensive brands out there. Definitely the place to go. I love them. So I hope you enjoyed this video series, and I hope it helps you out fixing your guitars in the future or doing anything like that. Anyway, if you like the channel, go ahead and hit subscribe, give me a like, and leave me a comment, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.